What's up? Got another episode, y'all. Got another special guest, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Another superstar in the making. She's here. She's a legend, a walking legend. The one, the only, Miss Kanisha Buss.
Woo, 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 woo. Wait, is that somebody already got woo, woo, woo?
Arsenio Hall, nigga.
What the fuck? Well, what about woo, 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 woo?
We not gonna do that from our show, though.
What about hey?
No, we damn sure not gonna say
Yeah.
that. We not gonna start my show out like, hey. See, this was, I just started letting females be an integral part of the show. I really wanted this. I was like, I need a softer touch. But this is what happens.
First of all, I got hands. Ain't nothing softer touch up over here.
But
second of all,
apparently I'm gonna be starting my show.
Okay, well, no, I want something though.
We got Kanisha Buss though.
What if I just do hands and no sound?
You can.
Don't make me cry.
Kanisha
What
Buss,
up?
comedian, actress, writer, producer.
Yes.
What else you do? You
Lyricist.
do lyricist. I forget you a rapper. We're gonna get to that. She has so many jobs. Tell us about yourself, Kanisha.
Hi, my name is Kanisha Buss. I like long walks on the beach, and I'm giving away a 10-month-old baby. No, yo, I think you said everything. So when you say tell you about yourself, shoot.
Where do we know you from?
I just want. Sorry, I have baby brain. So do you edit this or is it straight through?
Yes,
Okay.
But it's edited by me, so it ain't good. Like
It's cool. No, so Kanisha Buss, been a comedian a little over 10 years. I moved to Los Angeles and started doing a radio show personality. I was on Fox Soul for a long time.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Shout out Jamie Foxx. No, it's not about to be name dropping. I work for Russell. No.
Oh my God.
Simmons,
These little shows on.
Tony Danza. One time we was on Dancing with the Stars backstage. No.
See, this about to get edited out.
Nah, leave that in.
That's getting it. Why everybody keeps saying it? Okay.
Because it's
a hilarious.
Comedy.
It's a hilarious prop.
No.
We're gonna work this out.
It is cool because I'm gonna start from the beginning anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so tell us about yourself. Anna.
Just tell us where we know you from.
Okay. My name's Kanisha Buss, comedian. Why do I keep saying that? I haven't done an interview in a while.
This is not a job interview. We are friends.
My strengths are. All right, no, y'all might have seen me all Def Digital. I have one of the #1 shows over there, Kanisha versus John Cia, with a lot of other sketches and stuff. Up over there. Radio show personality on Fox Soul and on Shade 45 on Sirius XM. I also had Young Guns of Comedy, stuff like that. I've been in about 9 movies, Redbox and Walmart.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
You put me in a movie once.
I did. I sure did.
I'll be forgetting I'm in a movie.
Yeah, you are. Some of them are on Amazon Prime right now. People keep calling me. I was like, I see you on Amazon. Written. I've done so much. So that's what you probably most know me from, though, is like all Def Digital.
Okay. Let's get straight to it. You were one of the funnest people that I know.
Oh.
Like, not like I know all the females in the world, nothing like that, but I'm no stranger to the ladies, and I know all the ladies I know and have come across. You just fun, nigga. Like, you got all the other cool shit going on, but you fun. Like, you're like I go on road trips with Kanisha.
Oh, my God.
And it ain't even just for the job. I would do it again just for the trip. Like, I trust her. She's hilarious.
Man, we have had some road trips. Remember when my ex-boyfriend drove me, you, and Tony Baker to the Boondocks way out there with all them rednecks? I did the show for Cowboys. Remember that?
I forgot about that. You took us. We was in the middle of the country, yo.
Yes.
I knew we was out of bounds when we pulled up, and it was like Ford truck, Chevy truck, Ford truck. It wasn't no cars, just all trucks. And it looked like a saloon or something.
Remember the dude carrying the moose head and was like, "What you boys doing around here?"
Yeah, dude came out. He was like, "Where you boys going?" I ain't never been called a boy, even though I'm little. And my mama didn't call me boy. Everybody was cool. But yeah, he said with a straight face, "What you boys?" And I was like, "Man, I just did comedy just now." And he was like, "That was you in there making all those people laugh." Well, hell, boy, and then he like pat me up. So I didn't know. I was like, this is good, but this is bad, but this is good. We on the right track.
And meanwhile, I was getting cussed out by my boyfriend because he said I was in there holding hands with somebody, but I was telling him about fan interaction. And remember, I was drunk and drove back with no pants on, and he was mad but after I do comedy, I get hot. Like, I remember one time it was me, Tony Baker, Dante Barrett, and Believe Somebody Else. And everybody, I was faded. Them guys act like nobody could drive. Tony was asleep. I drove us back naked from San Diego.
I remember we went on a road trip, and the car that you had, or somebody's car that we was using, the car had car problems. As in, like, another comic had to come somewhere else and get, and it was like, no, we still just went.
Oh, we was pushing the car off the. We was pushing it, and Tony ended up getting the jumper cables. Maybe Tony's the factor here, because it's always some stuff.
It's always some bullshit with Tony Baker.
Yeah, and then I used somebody who looked like me. Rest in peace, Charity. She let me use her AAA and her ID, so they came, picked it up, and took it all the way back. To LA. I
will say this about you though. Like, I like to have a good time. Everybody know me. I love to party, have a good time. I smoke, I drink, I do all that. But you, my friend, you like the big homie in drinking to me.
Oh yes.
Definitely. Like, that's not even like most females. I wouldn't admit. Like, I drink you under the table. Like, even though I'm little, I'm not lightweight. I can't drink. I'm about that. About that party life. But nah, Kanisha.
Oh, nobody can out-drink me.
Nobody ever. And you're drinking. I've seen the most wildest shit around you. But I want to know, what's your crazy drunk story?
Man. I don't even know which one to tell, because I mean, we might have to do cut. I needed to know this ahead of time. It is so many stories.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm talking about from getting drunk and cussing out KD at a pool party, and I love KD. Okay, I'm cussing him out, and Lulu.
Why did you cuss him out?
I don't know. I was drunk.
I know.
Maybe we should save that story.
I got producers and everybody. Like, okay, we're gonna get back to that.
Okay. Man, I've been so drunk. I've been asleep under the stage at Mardi Gras, and then somebody
fell asleep at Mardi Gras.
Yeah, under the stage. Yeah, and so people was looking for coats at the end of the night, and I felt somebody. It was like somebody under here, and as they're pulling me out. But look, as they pulling me out, my homeboys Jamil and Jamal is getting into an altercation. But I never let my homeboys hit girls, so I'm coming straight out of the Walking Dead. Bloop bloop bloop. We fighting. Them guys gonna get arrested. 2 of us didn't. Now we sitting outside of Idaho jail waiting for them to get out. But I mean, things like that happen to me.
Okay.
I don't know if that's. I mean, but everybody fights when they're drunk. I don't. Man.
Everybody don't wake up under the Mardi Gras stage.
Oh.
It's like, this is normal. What? Let me think.
I mean, shit. It's so, my mind is racing. I'm getting turned up like
Pick two.
Man. You're going to have to edit this thinking out, because I want to tell some wild. I got the video too.
Okay.
So it's after, so I do a memorial every year for my best friend Reggie, rest in peace, right? So I get dead drunk, because and this is like the second year, so I'm tore up. So next thing I know, I'm jumping through the Del Taco window, and I'm in there twerking with the worker, eating the fries. I have the video, y'all.
Wow.
I'll let y'all clip a piece of it in. And I'm in there twerking it, and I'm hanging out the window, and he's dancing behind me. Then I jump back out, and I'm doing, like, I'm laying on this little piece. My big ass is on that little piece, doing my legs up in the air, and then I'm talking about, give me a kiss, daddy. He giving me a kiss.
Wow.
And this is before people were doing this type of stuff for the internet. Now, people do it now for the gram, but that was me pre-gram. That was just regularly me with no audience.
For the heart, for the game. So, you did it for the love of the game.
Yeah, so I do stuff like that,
All right. I will say this too. I don't know if anybody knows this about you, but I'll say it because if you're on the Brent Show, it is what it is. I smoke.
Oh.
I smoke everybody in this. I'm about this weed, and Kanisha is not. She's about this drink, and every time I be around her, like, she used to have me feeling some type of way. Like, I used to check myself on spraying colognes around my own friend and shit. Like, I don't want to think I smoke weed. And one day she told me, she was like, "Nigga, just be yourself." Yeah. Like, that's probably why you be fucking up. Be yourself, nigga, and then we won't have any problems no more. I'm like, okay. I'll tell it. You know what? I'll tell it.
You go ahead and tell the story. But before you start this, I don't get, like, if people are smoking around me, the weed smoke makes me high.
But this is why. Okay. as a comic, the worst I've ever done on stage. She took me to a show in San Diego, and to do like the San Diego convention sports arena, some big shit. In my mind, I thought, oh shit, I'm about to do all these Richard Pryor. I'm on tour. This shit about to go down, right? And it's her. And one of the Plastic Cup boy Naeem and shit, and some other people. So I'm thinking this would be some dumb shit. I purposely did not smoke no weed and smoke no weed that day. I didn't smoke no weed the whole drive down there. We get there and we early for the show. We like 3 hours early for the show. They had to do a concert first. They let some old people play some jazz or something. So I'm sitting there drinking with like a dummy, trying to be like Kanisha, getting drunk as fuck. So she give me every drink possible at the bar, and then she say, "Oh yeah, it's a bottle in the car too. Don't forget, we got a bottle in the car. We got like 3 hours to kill." She like, "Don't worry, just whatever." So my dumb ass get drunk as a bitch. In my mind, I'm thinking we got time. Ain't no big deal. And it wasn't to the show. I still remember going to the show. I remember you going up, having a few words, and then it was like, "All right, Brent," and I came up with the worst shit ever. Like, it felt like shit, like the room was spinning. The room was spinning while I was on stage, and I kept doing this shit. Where you guys from? Where you guys from tonight? It was like San Diego, asshole. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay.
Let me push pause. You gotta understand too, as a comedian, when you refer somebody and they are just bombing, you're sitting here like they're never gonna.
You have nothing in your head like this.
I didn't pump this man up, and I'm going.
This before Roast King, yo. This before the roasters. So I remember looking out, and I was so drunk. It felt like I was just trying to like hold on to like. And so I remember doing this. I'm like, okay. So what about you guys? Where you guys from? San Diego. You in San Diego? Like, it was just, everything was bad. She, just get off the stage, motherfucker. And so I kept that to heart. Like, man, I don't do that shit as a regular. And I felt like, damn, like, I don't know, I just felt personal to you. Like, we friends. Like, why would you do this on Bow Wow shit? Like, I know you, nigga. Are you serious? Like, nigga, you can do this if you want, but I know you don't do this, and why would you choose to do this now? Yeah. And so I was like, man, I was embarrassed for like 1,000 reasons, yo. So she was like, "This is how I know you my nigga." I remember you was like, "I got another show for you. I'm gonna let you make up for this, Brent. Got a show. We going to Hesperia or some way Central Cali shit."
Cause he funny. I know he funny. Stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? And you know you really can't drink with the champ. I didn't realize
it was so bad after the show. Like all of them did fine. They murdered the show. And here's another thing. After the show, people come up to you and want to talk and hug and clap and like take pictures with you and get autographs. Not only that, these niggas is vets. They got tables out where they selling merchandise, all kind of shit. Motherfuckers is with. I'm riding with them. So I can't, it ain't like I can just drive off and leave. We all together. So I got to sit there to the side. And people just coming up like, "Man, we loved you tonight. Thank you. You're the funniest shit. And then they get to me and just like, bitch ass motherfucker, fuck you. And so that hurt. Like I wanted to put my head in the ground. Like, I'm crying on the inside, but I was trying to look cool. But it wasn't nothing to look cool about. You just take it, yo. Yeah. It's the game.
That's part of it.
So I remember we get another show. And show went fine. Everything was cool. Everything's back to normal. And this time though, I remember I smoked. And when we was coming back, I remember telling you, I was like, "Man, I hope you don't mind. I'm just smoking." I was like, and then I remember you told me, you was like, "Nigga, be yourself. Like, don't just switch because you're around other people. If you smoke weed, don't worry about if other people don't smoke weed. You smoke. So just be you. Just always stay in your lane. You don't have to conform to nobody else. It's you and them jokes. It's you and them stage, bro. Whatever make you be you. Like, you know." So I took that to heart. And then I passed the blunt to
I be trying to make people
like, I know you don't drink. I know you don't smoke, but here you go. So it's a long trip, and now it's her turn. So it's a long trip going home. It's like a 2-hour trip home. I just remember she smoked, and then smoking weed turned into she started rapping and freestyling. And Kanisha has this thing when she get high, she don't just rap. She turns into Bone Thugs in the bar. All of Bone. Not just one of them. She turned to Busy, Lazy, Crazy, Flash, Wish, all of them together.
And Tasha, don't forget
Tasha.
Definitely in the house.
You my nigga, dog. You my nigga for that. I ain't gonna lie. Shit,
I remember that because I felt like it was nothing but cliffs. I don't know where we were driving, but half that drive was nothing but cliffs. I was high as a kite. And when I get to really rapping, my eyes get to doing this, and I just be wake up and I see that my sister is already dressed. She said, "I'm gonna go do my dance."
I was like, I wasn't ready for this. I was like, I don't know what I gave her. Do you do this every time you get high? Turn into both. You met Both Thugs, right?
Met, nigga, I was on stage with it. First of all, I love Both Thugs. If you don't know me, I love Both Thugs and Harmony. I got kicked out of school for fighting over Both Thugs and Harmony. Okay.
Way too high.
Okay, so I did because you don't understand. I could have gave up. I could have gave up on the rest of life. Like I could have been done after this. So my sis Wit, her homeboy is their manager. So they had a showdown in Long Beach. So she's like, "Look, we gonna go to the Bone Thugs and Harmony show." They did not tell me that we was about to. I'm sorry. They didn't tell me we was about to be on stage with him. I got the pictures. Bone Thugs and Harmony is right here, and I'm right here, and I'm doing all of it. And people was like, "She crazy. She's a crazy fish. She know." I was doing all the parts. Okay.
You was Kanisha Buss?
I was funny bone up in that bitch. Okay? You don't understand, but you got everybody was smoking, and you know I don't do well with weed smoke, and so I was just in hell. By the end of that motherfucker, I didn't know if I was really there or if I was dreaming this shit because it was everything I always wanted. You know what I'm saying?
You was on stage rapping.
I was
with
doing all the parts. Okay, like I know Tupac and Biggie ain't here. Give me the mic. Let me do these parts. Like yeah. Let me do easy, standing on the court, straight swinging nuts.
No.
You know I want to go, motherfucker. I was tearing it up. Okay? Okay? Or the dangerous. I was doing all the parts, okay? You know what I'm saying? The parts that everybody want to do and don't even know. I know them parts. I was, you know what I'm saying? When First of the Month came on, I was just... Ooh, I had EBT at that time too, so I was really feeling that shit.
So mad.
You don't even know. Could you imagine? I have loved these motherfuckers since I was in middle school.
What happened when you met them? When you talked to them?
First of all, that's a whole nother meet and greet. Because when it happened, first of all, when I first got there, I'm not gonna tell their business, but Busy Bone was outside looking for his keys. I'm like, I'll stay out here and help him find these motherfuckers all night, but. I would, whenever you don't understand. But this is the only thing I did not like about it. It was so many dudes on stage, and then dudes start trying to push me out the way to get next to the phone. And I'm like, what kind of grown ass man is pushing women with titties out to be all up under Bone Thugs and Harmony like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, but they don't know me. So now I'm back. It's about to turn into some bone crusher around this bitch, okay? Because I'm outside of the club.
Oh my God.
So,
what is wrong with
man, that's the only part I really didn't like. I was like, men are really so inconsiderate. But I was a part of the show. I mean, I'm literally right, and people are watching me like, yes. But prior to that,
I know how serious you are about Bone Thugs.
You don't even know.
I did a show with you and we couldn't leave because you was in the parking lot rapping.
Oh, them gang member dudes that was out there battle rapping. Yeah. Oh my. There's so many shows people can't.
I don't smoke my weed with you anymore.
Well, anytime if I get some liquor in me and some niggas want to rap, I don't care who they are. I'm rapping, and y'all was so ready. Again, Tony Baker was there.
It was like 3 in the morning. We was so ready to go home.
We had
like
a long
2 hours away. We were like,
then like Keon Cole come to pick us up or something, and they was like, yo. And if they keep pulling me back, I'm like, no, I'm about to win this battle.
And you was lying to Tony Baker. He was like, I left something in my nigga. Can you go get it real quick? His dumb ass went to the club. You got out and rapped again. And he was mad as fuck.
It was the final round, yo.
I was hella mad. Hey, these niggas were nothing, nigga. These niggas were nobody. These were random niggas. They couldn't even pay to get into the show, nigga. They was just outside. Just random niggas. She's giving them the heat, nigga. Talking about this the final round. You got rounds, nigga? You get your dumb ass in the guard? What the fuck?
I don't care. I don't have no regards for nobody once I start drinking, yo.
So you met Bone.
Okay, yes. So they brought Crazy Bone down to the radio station to surprise me when I was on
That's
Fox.
why I was like, you met them at the radio station, right?
Yeah, but they had brought Crazy Bone. Somebody could have called me and told me to at least be cute that day. I had just come out of surgery like the week before, so I'm looking jacked up.
You had your leg up?
Man, I was looking like Puff the Magic Dragon around that bitch. I was so mad. Like, if you're people you love your whole life is coming, when somebody, they could have said anybody was coming. I wouldn't have never known it was them. And So they're always playing with me like Bones here. They do that to me all the time. So they say Bones here, and this shit is on YouTube. I'm like, all right. And I just turn around, and I lose my I start crying. I'm like, it's like when I didn't even cry like that when I met my dad at 27, okay? I was just like, all right. But Bones,
you was happy to be boning your dad.
Yeah. I'm serious. I'm sitting there shaking. I'm crying. I'm da-da-da. Now,
which member was
Crazy Bone.
Oh, Just Crazy.
Just Crazy came down. And so then I rapped for him. Now, I should have rapped, but yeah, hell yeah. Because that's my intro. My intro was Bone ThugsNHarmony. So I'm like, I'm going to do y'all rap for y'all. But I did. And then I ended up doing Busy Verse because that's the most complicated. So I wanted him to really see me get into my Bone Thugs. But I probably should have did his.
I want to go outside.
But he was giving me man props. He was feeling that shit. But I was
you wanted to show him your skills by doing
hell yeah.
nothing.
Okay. Come on now. It's the first of the month. That shit.
These are the most intricate.
It is.
I know the words. I ain't like the mother fans. They just be making. They just be doing it.
They be doing it. I be doing it.
I didn't even have to Google search the lyrics. I knew it because I heard them.
Hell yeah, because back in the day, I used to put it on a tape from Cube 93 and then keep listening to it. So I had it. So then we called my mom because nobody believes that I used to beat up people over them. So then they call my mom on the radio, and my mom can't believe they're there. She's like, yeah, she used to get kicked out of school for beating people up over you guys who didn't like you guys. Because I needed them to know I'm the #1 fan. My daughter is named after Bone ThugsNHarmony, Kalina Harmony. Yeah.
You put her in Bone?
Yeah, baby Bone, okay?
You put her in Bone.
Let me tell you something. This is how real it is about Bone ThugsNHarmony. First of all, man, I wish I knew I was doing it. I'm going to put some shit up. Let me know when this air, because all of my homework I used to turn in was about Bone ThugsNHarmony. I remember they told us to do creative writing, and I wrote out the crossroads, and then I had to draw it. And I drew the church, the angel of death, Wally getting shot.
Uncle Charles?
Yeah, of course. He was on the court. When this airs, I'm going to post this shit online.
Yo.
Listen, wait, and I got Easy Face in the sky, yo. I'm telling you. And I'm like, I think this 9th, 10th grade at the time.
What grade did you get?
9th. Oh, I got an A+. She told me that maybe I should see a counselor, and she said I would be a great.
You need to see a counselor.
Because all of my work, and I have it all saved at home in my scrapbook, because they gave you a storyline of your life. And so you're 14 and they wanted you to write up to 100. And so people had like college, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, and they probably put about 30 things on it. I'm going to show this online. I have over like 500 little things written each year. I married Lazy Bone, but then I had a baby with Crazy, and then when Busy died, he really found out it was his baby, and then we moved to Puerto Rico, and I knew stuff like his first car was a green Jeep, and green is Busy Bone's favorite color. Like, I would have so much stuff up in there.
You played on fucking Bone? All of Bone?
All of Bone at 14. But it was emotional. It wasn't just like, I love these niggas, and I didn't know how to choose. I wasn't
so
just,
you tried,
I was in love, we got married, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 14 writing this, and she's just like, and I got extra credit though, but she said I would be a good writer one day,
but
like
you
story
still need
writer.
to see that counselor.
But I still
Make
need
sure
to
you see that counselor.
See the counselor, only because I know you didn't even want to do all Bone Thugs, but now I feel like I'm here. So I have to tell you this story because the funny part about this is I physically have all this stuff at home. I might have to come back and redo a whole Bone Thugs special. So I had gotten into a fight, right? It was over Bone ThugsNHarmony. You know how they make you fill out the incident report? That's how I got suspended for 3 days.
You fought over Bone.
Oh, I got into
I'll still fight over Bone.
Yeah. I fought these 2 Asian boys in home ec over Bone, and they were in the 10th grade. I was in the 9th grade, and my mom called, and she told the story online, and they were like, ma'am, your daughter's been in a fight with 2 boys over Bone ThugsNHarmony. And what it started was we was in home ec.
You a grown ass mother, and you was still fight over.
Yeah, no, we was in home ec. Let me tell you, this story was cool. This is why we fought, because we was in home ec. They had a family. They were in a station next to ours, but they was always talking about Bone ThugsNHarmony. And then they gonna come and ask to borrow a utensil up out of my kitchen, knowing I fuck with Bone and they don't. And that shit set me off. Don't come over to my kitchen asking me for shit. This Bone ThugsNHarmony kitchen. And then I don't know what happened. And my homeboy Carlos, he was there, he'll tell you. And so we fighting, and then my mom is like, your daughter got in a fight with 2 boys. And my mom was like, well, how's my daughter? They were like, ma'am, the boys are the ones injured. That's why we gotta suspend your daughter. So, but that was over Bone Thugs. But so anyway, but
y'all
that
was
was
talking about Bone again.
Yeah, this wasn't. They will not. They will never.
Niggas will not be disrespecting Bone Thugs. Bone.
They will not. But this is another suspension. I have
wrote putting in work for Bone Thugs. You're not in the gang. I have tears in my eyes.
That's what they used to have to tell me. They put me into a mentorship program because of the craziness, and I used to take a machete. I had a machete, and they do a camping trip, and this girl, Colette Calkins, we're cool now, but she said something hella crazy to me. See, I used to be crazy, but I'm not anymore. And I snapped, and I pulled the knife out my back, and I jumped on the cable, and everybody clapped me at school. I was like, this is Bone ThugsNHarmony. We'll kill you. We'll kill you. And the teacher, one got my leg, the other one, and I had the machete waving it. And I'm so happy that they didn't kick me out of that program because it made me the woman I am today. They knew that I needed it. Shout out to Steps Ahead.
And you and old girl that you pulled the knife out, you think that y'all cool.
No, we wasn't cool for years until,
but you think
Instagram.
Y'all cool now?
Yeah, we are now. We're good now.
I don't think. You sure?
Yeah. You see, this is why people don't get me started on Bone Thugs unless you just want to be about Bone because I it's my adrenaline. Like I'm not even.
Oh my God.
Okay. Sorry.
Next question.
Yes.
Kanisha, what's the difference between a hoe and a cheater?
A hoe and a cheater? Are we talking about men or women?
Both. Or is there a difference?
There's a hoe. What kind of hoe? Because there's two. Let's break down hoe, first of all. That's where we got to go because there's too many negative connotations associated with the word hoe. Educated hoe. Now listen, I think that there is hoes that hoe for money. There's hoes that sleep with anybody and everybody. And then I feel like there's women who like to take sexuality in their own hands and they could be perceived as hoes, but they're just living their best life. You see what I'm saying? Like there's breakdowns to hoes because some hoes you could be like, man, everybody smashed her. Me or some other people I know, you can have a high number count, but nobody knows who you slept with. Maybe you know what I'm saying?
So there is no difference between a hoe and a cheater, but hoeing is cool sometimes.
Yeah, well, I broke down hoe, and now I got to break down cheater. You could have slept with one person your whole life, and then slept with one other person, which makes you a hoe, could make you a cheater.
But it don't
make you a hoe.
I see what you saying.
Cheater don't make you a hoe.
But okay, how about this though? I know there is a double standard. Let's say if I'm just using me and you.
Okay, we'll do hypothetical.
And I know that, but let's just say me and you are married, right?
Okay.
And I'm the only person that you ever slept with and vice versa, whatever bullshit. And then we married for 20 years, but you sleep with another dude. And I find out. Well, guess what I'm going to call you?
Oh, you going to call me a hoe, but I'm not a hoe by definition. That's just a word.
And then when I tell the homies, they be like, well, why you and Kanisha get a divorce? I'll be like, man, y'all niggas ain't gonna believe this shit. She fucked the homeboy, nigga. She fucked that dirty.
They're gonna say hoe, but men are gonna call you a hoe regardless. Men get mad and will call you a hoe. A man will call you a hoe and don't know nobody you slept with. You could be a virgin and men call you a hoe. That's the problem with women, is that they will continue to call us hoes no matter what. So bust it open, because they gonna call you a hoe any motherfucking way. Okay? That's just what it is. Right. So it has nothing to do with being a cheater. That's just the terminology,